We are talking about the history of the Grand Marabout Samba Jeremiah, Samba Joni, Samba Chile Lawal. This man was a great Marabout in his times. He was taken away to the sea when he was 3 months old, and he spent 7 days at sea before he was found. Glory be to God, the Almighty. Glory be to the Prophet. To talk about Hamadi Sarr grandfather's history, so many televisions wanted Samba Jeremiah's history, the likes of Senegal and Mauritania. But I always pray that it first happened in the Gambia. Samba Jeremiah is the father of Bubu Sarr of Chess. Samba Jeremiah is the father of Mamadou Sarr of Chess. Samba Jeremiah is the father of Jongel Sarr of Mbana. Samba Jeremiah is the father of Aissatou Sarr of Bokejere. Samba Jeremiah is the father of Valiou Sarr of Anyangel. It was God the Almighty and the Prophet that was keeping Samba Jeremiah. Samba Joni, Samba Chilalao. Samba was the baby of 3 months old. Samba Jeremiah, Samba Joni, Samba Chilalao. Samba was kept in the sea. Samba's mother and father were Chubalos from the Fulani tribe. They usually have a garden beside the sea. This place normally becomes a lake when the rainy season comes, and it is always there for 3 months after the rainy season. They normally grow potatoes and maize in that garden. The mother laid Samba under a tree and went to the garden to work from morning to around midday. She thought of her baby and went to collect him to go and prepare her lunch. She went under the tree. She couldn't see her baby. The baby didn't even start crawling, and he would not be able to go to the grasses. Nobody was there with them. She was surprised and upset. Who could have taken the baby away? She went to her companions at far and told them that to come and help her, because her baby was laid under a tree and she could not find him. They all came and searched everywhere and couldn't see the baby. One of the people said, "There are a lot of animals around, like hyenas and lions, around the place." One of them also said, "If it was an animal, we would have seen blood and their footsteps. But we only see something wet that takes a direction from the sea." They crossed to the other bank of the sea, to the other village where the natives Chiwalos are. The mother told them that she lost her baby. They also searched everywhere but could not find him. Someone amongst the village said that there are a lot of crocodiles around. One also said, if it was a crocodile, if she opens her mouth to bite a person by the surname Sar, her mouth would not close. He said, you can see something else, but it's not a crocodile. It's a baby. They have no clue what have taken him away. They didn't know what to do, so they went back. The mother waited for a year. Then came the second year. A grand Marabout came to the village. The mother heard about it and went to him. The Marabout, by using his spiritual means, told her that I saw a baby and the baby is your son, but you will see him. He said to her that if you see him, he is going to be a great man that everyone will hear and know, but I cannot do anything other than that. The mother went back home until another 2 years, which is 4 years. She heard of another Marabout in the village and she went to see him. The Marabout used his spiritual means and told her that you lost something and is a human being. You will find him one day. If it is found, he is going to be a great man that everyone will hear and know. He said to her that the baby is in some hands. They are human beings but totally different from us. Your son is in peace. Don't get panic. The mother said to him, "How much can I pay you to help me find my baby?" He said, "No, woman. I told you the baby is in some hands. They are human beings, but totally different from us. And that's where my knowledge ends." Simon and Jeremiah's mother didn't have no confidence of seeing her baby because he went to two marabouts and they were unable to do anything. So she went back home. The villagers had a problem. The Chubalos had a problem. The problem of Chubalos is fish. They went to fishing and could not have any catch. And they said, "The sea had a problem. We have to call someone to check what is happening." They called a marabout. He came to the village and slept at the village chief's house. In the morning, the marabout told the village chief to call the villagers, since they had a problem, and called him. "I have seen the reason of the problem. In the life system of fish, they normally gather in one place to rest for a period. And unless they start circulating, you will not find them. And when you go to sea for fishing, you will see nothing." Every village chief's compound, which they use to call villagers to gather together, and it is beaten 3 times. The Marabu said that he has seen the cause and he will do some prayers so that the fish can start circulating. And who is lucky will have fish. He said, "Go and continue your fishing." The Marabu said that there is an issue. That's why I called you all. That if it was only fish, I wouldn't have called you. He said to them, "The reason I called you is because you have lost something in this village for a long time." The villagers said, "That's true." Everyone started to raise hand. One said, "My sheep is lost and I went everywhere but couldn't find it." One said, "I was having a bull and gave it to a shepherd, and later all get lost and I couldn't find it." And another one said, "I had a brand new fishing net. It was thrown at sea for fishing, and when I went back the following day, I could not find it." The Marabu said, "This is not a fishing net, not a goat, not a sheep. It is a human being." They all looked at each other and were surprised. He told them that if they want to know what he is talking about, they have to buy a bull and slaughter it on a Thursday at the beachside. He said to them that they have to place a set of 7 pieces and give it to 7 people, and again do the same until the bull is finished. He also said, "You take a small piece of the beef and the heart and put it in the sea. In God willing, you will see what I am saying." The village chief said, "No, I have a flock of bulls. I will take the biggest one and we slaughter it." The mother said, "No, the mother and the father of the lost are in this village. I can say, is he or she and is in this compound or not, but everyone should contribute $3. You go and buy a bull, you slaughter it on Thursday, skin it, and do everything. Don't do mistake." When the charity was taken out as directed by the Marabu, they sat until the following Thursday. Fishermen normally lay their fishing nets in the sea the evening before the following day, and they will come in the morning to check on them. 2 brothers walked to the sea going for fishing. As they entered their boat, they saw a drowned baby floating in the sea. The man said to the brother to turn the boat, that there is a drowned baby floating. The brother turned the boat. The baby was fair in complexion, like a white man with a long hair. The brother touched him, and it moves. He said to his brother that the baby is alive, and they should go to the village chief and inform him. "We found a drowned baby." The village chief came with another 2 men. One of the men did some prayers and take off his grand bubu, wrap the baby with it and take it off the sea. They went and sat under a tree, the same place where the Marabu called them earlier. One of the men was holding the baby. The message started going around the village that they found a baby water at the sea. All the villagers running towards the gathering. It was around 8 a.m. in the morning until 11 a.m. One of the elders said to them, they all knew that someone's baby was lost and she couldn't see him. Why can't we not call her? They all agreed and said that's true, because so many recently said that he will be found one day. Let's go and call her. They went to Samba Najoromayo's mother's house to see her. They later found her at the same garden where he was walking 7 days ago. They greeted her, asked her whether she didn't hear of what is happening in the village. She asked them whether it's peace. They said that a baby water was found from the sea. She said to them, if the Chubalos found a baby water in sea, they have to return it because it belongs to the sea and its parents are there. One of the elders said to her that we and them are not the same. Just come and see for yourself. She insisted not going. They said to her that your son was missing for so long. Just come and see. She still insisted that she is not going anywhere. They begged her and she said, let's go. She told them that they have to pass by her house so that she can change her clothes. They accepted and passed by her house. She changed her dress and went to the place where all the villagers were waiting. She found a lot of people trying to see the baby. She walked through the crowd until he reached at the elder carrying the baby. She greeted them, Assalamu alaikum. The baby heard the voice and rose his head up. Since in the morning, the baby's head was down. But he heard the Assalamu alaikum, he rose his head up, and that was the time the elders saw his face. The baby's eyes were wide open looking at the woman. They said to her, since in the morning nobody saw the baby's face because of their hair, and his face was down. He didn't want to look at anybody, and you only greeted, he looked at you. Come, come. As he was coming, the baby continued looking at her until she sat down. It was a miracle to God. Just imagine, 7 years, 3 months to 7 years, he didn't see his mother. On the day from 8 to 11, he recognized that this woman is my mother. It's from God. He felt that this woman is my mother. He was feeling it through his heart. He is looking at his mother. The Marabu had said something to the village elder before going, that if he is found, they should make a house and place him in from Thursday to the following Thursday, and nobody should see him. They made a house and fenced it. He also said those that brought him should take care of him. And how hard it is, don't see him until the day comes back. You will find him outside sitting by himself. 3 days after, the sister of Sama Najoromayo's father said, my brother's son had gone away for so long, and now that they found him. Today is the 3rd day. He haven't eaten or drink. Nobody is in this compound, and it's after 1. Let me peep and see. She sneaked and peeped, and a force threw her away. We thank God after he was doing a lot of miracles. Whenever he went to a village to visit, everyone will be saying, Sama Najoro, Sama Najoro, Sama Najoro Mayo. Even the satellite villages around will be coming to see him. Samba will tell them to wait until Thursday to go to the sea. When Samba went to the sea, he would just put his hand inside the water, taking these cotton ropes called past, throwing them to the villages. all will be scrambling to get one. He said to them, if you have only one, it can protect a whole compound. The proof is what is happening here. So one came here and was interviewed. He said that he was sick, and with this cotton rope pass, he was healed. He passed it to his wife and was healed, and the same thing to his son, with only one cotton rope pass. My father Bubu Sar is the son of Samba Najoro Mayo. Before his death, he first came here in 1972. I was the first person to be put inside the water. He was the one who placed me in the water. He said to me, Hamadi Sar, go inside the water. Your relatives will give you something and you sit inside the car until we reach at Kaliba's home. Then you give it to me. The day when he came, the Chubalos said it was a very difficult moment. The history, the Chubalos and the Cyril know what I'm talking.